Hello there, welcome back to my channel. This is Ribha Mary, a self mastery coach, on a mission to guide and help graduating students discover their passion and live a life of fulfillment. Today, we're thrilled to have Qamar-ul-Nisa with us in our talk show, a true pioneer in relationship coaching. As a relationship harmony coach, she brings an innovative approach in establishing boundaries and fostering deeper connections between couples. Her work has helped countless individuals navigate modern relationships with empathy and clarity. What makes her stand out is her fresh perspective in identifying and interpreting red flags in a relationship, showing how recognizing can actually strengthen relationships rather than creating distance. And we are excited to dive into her insights today. Let's welcome Qamar Nisa and thank you very much for being here. Hi, Kumar. How are you? So happy to have you.
I'm absolutely fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me on your channel. I'm so privileged and grateful to you. Yes, I my name is Qamar-ul-Nisa and I am a relationship coach, helping women in their lives to uplift them to achieve their goals.
That's wonderful, Kumar. Thank you for joining me today. Your expertise on relationships is invaluable, and I'm excited to dive into some important topics with you. So, let's start with some insights about modern relationships. My first question to you is: in your extensive research on modern relationships, what subtle warning sign do you find people frequently miss or dismiss despite its potential significance? Yeah.
Yes, very nice question. That in my research, as I found that one of the most that frequently overlooked warning signs is what I call intermittent reinforcement. This always occur when a partner is inconsistent in their affection. I must say, like inconsistent in their affection, in their attention or commitment, alternating between that being highly that attentive or dismissive or distant.
Hmm.
People often miss this red flag because the positive moments can be so rewarding, then they overshadow this negative one. It's easy to focus on the good times and dismiss the bad times. It's good as temporarily are unimportant. But however, this pattern can be, I think, incredibly damaging our time, our relationship, our that love moments.
Hmm.
The reason is that I think that it's so significant that is this it creates an addictive cycle in the relationships. Yes, it creates this. The unpredictability keeps the other partner constantly seeking that approval, or I must say that affection. We are seeking this approval and affection always, much like that gambling addiction. You know that gambling addiction is just like that. This can lead a loss of, I think, self-esteem,
Hmm.
anxiety. We feel anxiety and an unhealthy emotional dependency.
Hmm. So, what is the concept you mentioned again? Intermittent?
That we constantly that loving our partners so much that we feel that this person is everything for me. I have observed that many people, especially those with that anxious that attachment styles, might even interpret this behavior as a passion intensity rather than instability.
Hmm.
They might think that when it's good, it's really good.
Hmm.
This is intermittent. When it's good, it's really good. Without that realizing the toll, the bad moments
Hmm.
are that taking on their this emotional well-being, that space they occupy.
Yeah.
Recognizing this pattern is crucial because it often indicates deeper issues like emotional unavailability,
Hmm.
manipulation, or that um, they have to maintain this constant intimacy.
Mm.
In my work, I always found and I always encourage my clients, my people, to look for partners who offer steady, reliable that affection rather than this intense behavior, but inconsistent attention.
Mm.
We are human beings. We love that. We find that intention, that we find that they love us but without doing these things,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Right. Thank you, Kamar, for bringing us to this kind of awareness. It's the concept that most people are not, they don't really
Yes,
take much of importance. And, they fall into the manipulations and emotional instability of their
yes,
relationships. So, relationships naturally come with challenges, right? So, how can someone distinguish between normal relationship challenges and actual red flags?
yes. This is the, I think, that actual question we are facing this. We can't distinguish this thing. We can't distinguish this what is good or what is bad in our relationship. The key difference lies in patterns and willingness to change. Every relationship faces challenges, but these red flags are persistent patterns of behavior that undermine trust, respect, or safety. For example, if my partner and I have a communication issue, but we are both actively working on improving that's a normal change. Both actively working on, we are that always improving that. It's okay, he misbehaves with me, it's okay. We often uh, do like do things like this. That's normal challenge. But however, if I notice my partner consistently dismisses my concerns are turns that arguments around on me always, that's a big red flag. We have to recognize this. I have to recognize this red flag. For example, occasional disagreements are normal, but if these consistently escalate to shouting matches, that silent treatments, that I am asking a question and he is not responding to me, that's a red flag. I always advise my clients to trust their instincts. If they are feeling something that fishy, something that clingy, so pay attention to your instincts, to how they feel in the relationship our times.
Mm.
We have to recognize these red flags
Mm.
so that we can distinguish what is red flag and what is not red.
Mm. When we stay aware on such things, normal disagreements, they'll turn into deeper issues. No,
No
so
issue. Yes, in the longer run, it's become a habit of theirs that they
mm,
always ignore you, they always don't listen you, they are always in front of so many people, in front of our relatives, in the public gatherings, they are doing this thing. Our mothers, I have seen so many clients coming with me with this issue. That's why I always keep on that asking these red flags. We have to deal with it.
mm. And it's on the rise these days. It's not just few people who I see, like even in my surroundings, relationships are getting affected because of these kind of red flags. So, coming to the love bombing, you've mentioned the love bombing phenomenon in your work. So, it's also new to
Yes,
me. So, can you explain what this is and why it's a red flag?
yes. It's also a phenomena that love bombing is what is when someone showers you with excessive affection, excessive attention, and promises of commitment very early in the relationship, that I can bring the moon for you. Always this talk that I can bring the moon for you, and while it might feel that. flattering at first. I have found it's often a manipulation and a manipulative tactic.
Mm.
In my research, in my work, I have seen how love of that bombing can be used to quickly create that emotional dependency. That I think we women are so emotional. We are easily that got into this trap of emotional. We are so emotional. So it's a red flag because healthy relationship develop at a natural pace.
Mm.
Did you agree with me?
Yes.
That it's a natural pace. Now we can't that we come to know some person at a time we love you, I love you, I can't live without you. How is it possible? How is it possible? It's a normal phenomena that that in some time that when we know each other, then in a month, in a year, we love each other, we get familiar to each other, we know each other habits, and then we dwell well into them, yeah, into him or her, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag because healthy boundaries, I say this thing, that healthy boundaries, healthy relationships develop at a natural pace.
Mhm.
This behavior can lead to an unhealthy relationship dynamics where the love bomber later withdraws affection as a means of that control. If
Mm.
I feel like I am being swept off my feet too quickly, I take a step back and assess the situation more critically. We all have to do this thing. We have to assess these situations
Mm.
mindfully.
Right. So, in your
You got my answer.
yes, yes, I got your answer. So I would like to know, Kumar, since you've worked with clients, with a number of clients, how common do you think love bombing is in modern relationship?
Very common. It's very common because we are emotional. We women are so emotional. That's why we are being trapped in this love bombing.
Yeah.
Because earlier told you now that in the early years of our marriage, in the first week of our marriage, we always that they are showing us that I can do anything for you. You tell me that I can bring you that moon for you, but it's only I can call you, I can call it trap. It's only a trap. Then this love bombing is that control, and then after control, what's this?
Hmm.
We became then emotional fools.
So, do you have an advice on how people can guard themselves against it or identifying it early on?
Early on, that it's we can't identify it early because we can if we know that person. But I think that I feel I saw this in my culture that we can't identify this thing. Once we live with that person, then we can identify these things. Because before marrying, before marriage, they are so nice to us that we can't identify.
Is there
if
the
if
challenges?
we are that emotionally strong only, then we can deal with these situations.
Hmm.
If we are emotionally strong, if we read a lot about this thing, then we caught up them red handed, that this we identify that yes, this is a red flag. When the first instance came in her life, she or he identified that this, it can be for both of,
Hmm.
not only men are doing this thing, women must be doing these things.
Yeah.
In many instances, I feel that women are such kind of personalities that they are giving the tough time to their husbands. I must say like this, but mostly it's the case only with men.
Hmm.
And if we are much aware of this thing, we can identify this, that yes, this is a red flag. And then when she identified this, and she can handle it easily.
Hmm. let's come to the next question that is on financial red flags. So, Kumar, can you give us some insights on what is the concept of financial red flags? Can you elaborate on what these might look like?
Definitely, definitely. I will reveal on this point also that financial red flags are often subtle, but can have significant that long-term impacts. One example of is financial secrecy. Yeah, in a committed relationship, if a partner is overly that secretive about their finances, or becomes that defensive when money is discussed, this happens. So he always that overly secretive. It's a cause for concern. It's another red flag. Financial control. Always ask for permission to spend one's own money. If she is earning too, but she needs that permission, because that financial control is on his head, having to ask always permission to spend one's own money, are a partners that making unilateral that permission, the related decision about that shared finances. Because almost we have seen that they have that common account. They have their own common account. She has not her own account. She has a combined account with her husband. Then she faces this situation. Always she has to seek permission before doing anything. Before spending a penny on herself, she has to take permission from her husband, from her father. In some examples, we can also see this that fathers has such type of that control in their hands that they even can't permit to her own daughter to spend money. So this behavior, this always asking behavior is a red flag. Financial control. These behaviors can indicate deeper issues of trust. फिर क्या होता है? Trust me. We can then break this trust and control in their relationships. Then we often see these things in our relationships, that finances relationship, that she can't even spend a penny on herself.
Mm.
Hope you got my answer regarding this financial red flag.
Yeah. It's interesting to know that, such red flags also exist, and especially when it comes to finances. I mean, very
It's a
crucial.
long list.
Yeah. So, do you have any tips on how to address financial issues early in a relationship?
So I told you na that she has her own account.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, if they want to, she can keep that 2 to 3 accounts. That one is my own account, one is your account, one is our personal account. It's for home expenses. Keep this account. But she has her own account too.
Hmm.
In that case, she will live her life happily. Okay, she put something. She put from her earning 15% in that combined account from her income, from her earnings. But her own account is the priority, is the first thing for her, that she has her own account. If she wants to live a happy life, if she wants to reach the skies.
True, true, Kamal. Couldn't agree with you more. It's so important for us, to work on how we
So
can
important.
manage our finances, our own.
I yes, I always advise my clients, my sisters, my cousins, my that aunts, and that go be on your own account. You must have your own account.
Right. Yeah. Yes. After all, we were born alone and we'll go back alone.
Yes, yes. Wow, what a nice. I will add on this thing also.
Yeah. So, okay. Another question, Kumar. So how do you advise people to address red flags once they've identified them in their relationships?
Yes, I will give this answer to that. Firstly, I always emphasize the importance of that self reflection.
Mm.
Before approaching, I think before approaching partners, I need to be sure that I am not projecting or misinterpreting. Once I am confident in my assessment, I believe that I am in direct non confrontal communication. I don't want to confront every time. When this is a must thing, then we must confront. Yeah, everyone must confront.
Mm.
So I believe in that direct communication. I always believe in direct talk. I advise setting up a calm, private, and conversational thing to express concern using I statements. I always believe this I statement. For example, I have noticed that noticed his behavior, yeah, someone's behavior, and it makes me feel so anxious, so that I feel hurt. It's an example that when I feel hurt, so it's important to listen your partner's perspective, what he is going to tell us, and be open, always be open to finding solutions together.
Wonderful, Kumar. I mean, the point that I really love the point you said. You added the I statement so that we do not put
Yes.
the blame on the other
Yes, do
person.
not don't blame, don't be blame. Yes,
Like,
they are also a human being. If
right.
the issues persist are worsen, sometimes the issues are so worsen. So seeking, we have to seek that professional help through couple therapist, through, yeah, they are nowadays there are so many coaches doing this thing, doing helping women in their relationships, in their financial, so many nowadays. So there is a huge that community of these coaches who are helping such people. It can be beneficial for all of us, all of them.
That's wonderful, Kumar. I'm sure the audience must have gained so much of insights on how to identify their red flags in their own relationships. And by listening to you, Kumar, I feel really, really honored to have gotten a chance to talk and have this conversation. It's lovely. So this has been such an insightful conversation. I would like to thank you so much for sharing your expertise. Do you have any final advice for individuals navigating red flags in relationships or anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, yes, definitely. So I think I must say that recognizing these red flags is the first step towards healthier relationship. I think it's not about that judging or immediately ending relationships, but about fostering awareness and encouraging growth, encouraging that success, encouraging happiness in our relationship. If you have identified with any of these signs, consider seeking support from friends, from family, or a professional help. I already told you, seek advice from a professional. Remember that you deserve a relationship that makes you feel valued,
Absolutely
respected,
right.
and secure. First thing is a security. You feel secure, you feel respected, you feel loved, you feel pampered, you feel cared.
You deserve
Your voice matters.
it.
Yes, your voice matters, and your power lies, I think, in recognizing and addressing these issues for your own well-being, for your own growth.
Yes, Kamar. I also agree with Kamar because we see, like we all, I'm sure we all see all of these rising issues in today's day and age, especially in this modern world. When it comes to relationships between husband and wife, I'm sure, like when you become aware of these kind of problems that is consistently, if it just comes and goes, and it's not sorted, then maybe it's time for you to seek help and reach out to
Yes, to reach out and to step back and do it again, to step back and do it again. As our mentor rightly says, that three steps forward, two steps.
Yeah.
She always told us na, that three step forward, two step backward. That backward is not for that going backward. Backward is that because I have to move forward.
Yeah. So 3 steps forward, 2 steps backwards is still progress. So
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank you so much for inviting me on your platform. I'm so privileged. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to you. God bless you.
God bless you too, Qamar. As you bless many more people, your clients, the people around you, and your beautiful relationships with amazing people. It's always lovely to talk to you, and it was my pleasure. And yeah, we will meet again and
Yes,
talk on more
definitely.
insightful topics
Definitely.
real soon. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Thank you.